Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a much requested video, mostly on other social media sites. People have been asking me to review this fragrance and I think it's about time I did. So I'm going to be reviewing Enslaved from Roja Parfums. Nose behind it's Roja Dove, released in 2007, all the goodies. So if you want to know what I think about this fragrance, its performance, and if it's worth the hefty price tag, because this is probably the most expensive bottle of perfume I have in my collection, at least one of them, then keep watching. Let's talk about the stunning bottle. I love Roja Parfums or Roja Dove fragrances. Packaging, they are just absolutely stunning. And I would hope so for the price tag. Let's talk about the notes and then I will get into longevity, sillage, where I think this is appropriate to wear, and if I think it is worth, again, the ginormous price tag. The top notes in this are bergamot, orange, lemon, geranium, and orange blossom. The heart notes are rose, ylang, jasmine from Grasse, carnation, and clove. And the base notes are oakmoss, cedarwood, vetiver, patchouli, labdanum, and ambergris. I'm going to spray, I haven't worn this in a few weeks, so I'm just going to spray a strip just to remind myself about the opening, and then I'll get into the scent story or the fragrance story, which is how long it wears on my skin, and the notes, how they come and go. Again, once again, longevity and projection. So let's go. This fragrance is, it opens very creamy, very warm. You get the bergamot, the orange, you get a little bit of the ylang and clove. It's a really lovely scent. Now this is a unisex fragrance, and I think it fits that bill beautifully. It plays around between like smoky and a little bit musky and sweet and floral and warm and a little bit bitter. Plays around really nicely. Now the oakmoss in this is something that I don't get a lot of, and I wish there was a little bit more in it because I love oakmoss in fragrances. I think it really grounds things. But there's just enough of that in here to give this a little bit of bitterness that I think really makes this less of a super feminine fragrance to something that I think is truly unisex. Again, understand this is subjective up to my nose. My nose is not as experienced as other people's noses, so do keep that in mind. But overall, this fragrance is definitely expensive. I think it retails for over $500. Depends on where you get it and when. So again, please understand, I'm going to be very critical when I'm reviewing this. But generally, I love this perfume. Obviously, I've talked about it a bunch. So as this fragrance wears on my skin, most of the time, it stays true to its opening. You get this beautiful, again, warmth, with these floral notes that make it kind of creamy, but there's just this bit of bitterness underneath everything that grounds it. What I love most about this is the vetiver and the oakmoss. After it's been on my skin for about an hour, it's when that really comes to the party, and it kind of cuts through the heavy, kind of like almost like mishmash floral notes. And kind of just makes this fragrance really sing on my skin. Now there are some fragrances where there's so many different notes and they all play one song. A beautiful example of that is Panda from Zoologist Perfumes. And there's other fragrances that there's so many different things coming along and it's kind of a bouquet or a banquet of flowers. A beautiful example of that is from Mason Francis Kirkjohn, a feminine plural. This is kind of like in between those things. It has one note, but there is definitely a bouquet. You can't really make out anything really specific in this fragrance until it's dried down, and for me that's where I pick up more of the oakmoss and the vetiver. But throughout the entire time you get this singular note of flowers, and it's really beautiful. And it's also a little bit spicy too at times, just a touch spicy and bitter, which is, I think, really nice. It kind of plays on the nose. You get something a little bit different each time, but the integrity of its core, its DNA, is there from beginning to end. This fragrance does also have pretty nice sillage, at least on my skin and my environment. Again, I live in Florida. It's hot and humid. I get probably projection past my fingertips, and it's pretty strong. That being said, would not recommend this fragrance for the classroom or work or any place where you're going to be in close quarters with people who may not like perfumes, because it kind of has that stingy bitterness and has a very strong floral fragrance. People might have an adverse reaction to it if they do not like fragrances, so I would not wear this in those cases. However, I think this is a stunning, elegant fragrance that would be perfect for the evening. If you're going on a date or you're going to an event and it's business formal, this is a perfect fragrance for that. It's also a really nice daytime fragrance, especially if you're going to be out and about doing things, because this really sings in the sunshine. Because it's in close quarters, it can, if you're indoors when you wear this fragrance, it can get kind of cloudy and heavy, and not in a positive way. But when you're outside and this can kind of waft away from you, it's ridiculously beautiful. So I'd say if you're going out to brunch, or you're going to go sit outside and do some outdoor shopping at one of those outdoor malls, or if you're going to a mall and it's a little bit more open and less close quarters, I think this would be a perfect fragrance to wear. Again, I think this is a little bit more appropriate for evening, but as always, fragrances are subjective. You can do whatever you want with it. That's just my recommendation. The longevity on this fragrance is really exceptional as where I get at least 10 hours of wear, sometimes 12, if I give a little extra spritz in the morning. You do not need to use that much with this either. I wear this all the time and I barely touched it. I usually only use one spritz. I will spritz it on my wrists. I never rub. I kind of very gently tap, gently tap, and that is plenty for 10 hours. If I do 2 spritzes, I will put a little bit on my clothes and a little bit more behind my neck and maybe behind my knees, and it lasts for 12 hours. It lasts forever. You pretty much have to scrub this off of your skin. So this has a really nice projection and has really nice longevity. So it's definitely winning in those categories. The other thing I wanted to say is this fragrance isn't anything groundbreaking. This fragrance has been done before. It's been done in cheaper formulations, and it's been done in other classic scenarios. Some people compare this to Shalimar without the vanilla. And I'm not going to sit here and disagree with any of those claims. I do think this is something that you have seen before. So why would you spend the money on this? And that has to do with the quality of the juice and the quality of just generally the overall experience. I feel like this is the type of fragrance you would get somebody as a special gift, as maybe an anniversary or a wedding gift, or maybe a big like milestone, like maybe it's a birthday or something really important happened, that they could wear this pretty much anywhere, as in an area where you'd wear it like out to dinner or on a date, because I think this is really going to remind them of those memories, but it's something that's not crazy that people aren't going to understand it. This is a very easy scent to understand. And again, it's going back to, it's not groundbreaking, it's been done before, but it does what it does better than anything else. I think this fragrance is better than Shalimar. I think this fragrance is better than Chanel No. 5. This fragrance is one of my favorite fragrances ever created for how beautiful and sophisticated and elegant and creamy and rich and floral, a little bit bitter. It does everything perfectly. And I think that's where the price tag comes from, at least in my opinion. If you appreciate that, then I think you will love this fragrance. However, if you want to experience a fragrance like this, you do not need to spend your money on this fragrance. You can definitely get something that does the same thing or smells very similar, that maybe doesn't perform the same way, for a lot cheaper. So again, if you're a collector and you love fragrances like this, or you're looking for a unique and special luxurious gift for someone, definitely check out this fragrance. I love all of the fragrances from Roja Parfums. I think they're extra special, but I'm very careful about what I purchase because I need to test. I tested this one and I fell in love, and that's why I purchased it. So that's my thoughts and review on this fragrance. I don't think it's anything you need to have. I think you can definitely find things similar that are still luxurious, beautiful fragrances for a fraction of the price. But if this is the kind of fragrance that you love and you just can't get enough and you just keep collecting bottles of this fragrance, definitely check this out. And I also think it makes a beautiful, luxurious gift for people that like these types of fragrances. Again, it is in no way youthful. It is in no way light. It definitely enters a room before you do and stays long after you leave. So do keep that in mind if you have this when you wear it, so you don't wear it to places like work or school where maybe people can't get away from you if they hate it. But generally, overall, I love and I'm completely enraptured with this fragrance, and I do think it's worth the price tag, but not on originality, based purely on the quality of the juice and the presentation. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any other questions on this fragrance, let me know in the comments section below. Have you tried it? Do you love it? Do you not love it? Is it way too expensive? Is it worth the money? I'd love to know what you guys think. So again, let me know below. As always, if you guys like videos like this, specifically my fragrance videos, remember to give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue doing videos like this. And also don't forget to subscribe, because it's free and I'm free, and I put out new videos every Monday through Friday, sometimes on the weekends as well. So I'll always have something for you to watch. In any case, I hope you guys are all happy and healthy and have a great day, month, year, whatever. And I'll see you next time. Bye!